Hello and welcome to the LPS Zinnia Studio Q&A. This background kind of sucks, but I just really didn't feel like putting anything together right now. Vibes in this video might be a little weird because I'm running behind schedule and it's really dark out, and filming in the dark freaks me out. But yeah, thank you for 500 subscribers, and let's start answering some questions. What has been your favorite video that you've made? Probably Home Alone, which is a skit I made in 2022. I just think it holds up pretty well compared to my other ones. There's still obviously some stuff I would have changed, but like overall I think the pacing's really good. I partially like it more than my other stuff just because it's older. It's like 2.5 years old, so I can kind of distance myself from it a bit more than I would be able to with like a more recent thing. Again, sorry if I sound really unnatural. I've literally never done this sort of video before, so yeah. Home Alone, I'm locking in a Home Alone skit, alright? Where do you buy all your props for your set? Honestly, I mostly don't buy them. A lot of stuff I use is just like from my childhood. I'm a loser who grew up with like Playmobil, so I use a lot of that. And I get most of my modern stuff either for Christmas or for my birthday. I really just don't get a lot of my own stuff, but when I do, it's mostly very specific online stuff from like Etsy. Like a year or so ago, I got this 3D printed dumpster for myself. I know it's somewhere around here, but I can't find it. How many LPS do you have in your collection? I have this many LPS in my collection, not including duplicates or anything. And here's what that looks like in like normal, not stupid terms. I'm honestly just too lazy to like count out my own collection, so I'm just going based off of that. Very scary number. And who's your least favorite LPS that you own? It's, boy. That one. How do you come up with your plot lines? It's honestly kind of a difficult question because I just kind of do it. Like I can come up with an idea in like 5 minutes from basically nothing, but fleshing out the plot, I guess, again, I just kind of do it. Like I don't really know how to explain what I do. It just sort of happens, which is not a great answer, but I don't really have any better answer. What are your thoughts on the new LPS axolotl mold? Honestly, I think it's pretty alright. I used to really not like them, but they've grown on me a lot. One of the better ones, I think, out of the reboot so far. Probably like number 2 under the capybara, sorry. They still look kind of bald, but like it's like in a good way. Also, what number is your frog? He is number 1916. What's your favorite LPS besides your mascot? I've chosen to narrow this question down to just be out of my collection because it's really too overwhelming to like look through 3,000 LPS and pick. Even within my collection, it changes so much that it's really hard to answer, but right now, I think my favorite besides my mascot is Arlo. Really big fan of ferrets, and I have like positive associations. Oof! Positive associations with this one. That's why they get the current top spot. What inspires your videos? Again, as I said with the plot lines, it's like, it just kind of happens. I guess usually my skits are just inspired by a particular like setting or situation, like airport, selling ice cream, snowball fight, campground, and I go from there. Again, I can't really explain it with my short film ideas. Those really just kind of happen. Sometimes with my non-narrative videos, they're, I guess, inspired by like specific events. And I'm kind of drafting one right now that's about how the LPS market is in shambles, and it's, you know, just inspired by the fact that I can't buy my LPS. Who are your favorite LPS tubers? 2 of my favorites are LPS Louise and LPS Sage. I just really think they're both really good filmmakers. Also always gonna be partial to LPS Emily. She was just like really influential to me early on, and she's still here, she's back, yay! Yeah, those are some of my favorites. I have more, but yeah. Do you have a favorite type of LPS video to film or to watch? To film would probably be skits. They're more low stakes than like short films, and usually voicing is more fun because I can get a little more like goofy with it, but it's not like something like this or unboxings where the main focus is on my own personality. I honestly kind of don't like these because it's really hard to make them good. It's just on me to be entertaining, not my writing. And to watch, I'd probably say like short films or films. I like series too, obviously, and I also like skits, but films are nice because unlike series, they have an ending usually. Sorry. It's just nice to be able to like be one and done. What is your favorite G7 LPS? It's not really fitting in the frame here, but it's gotta be my little guy Martin, my horrible little man Martin. That's my favorite in my collection, but I also really like the Wave 3 Capybara and Wolf, but I don't have them in my collection, so I can't really decide whether or not they're better than this one or not. How old were you when you got your first LPS? I think I was like 6 or 7 when I got this creature, and I hated it, but when I got my first LPS, like, as my own choice, it was this one when I was 11. Do you have any siblings? I do not have any siblings. Don't know why I sounded like I needed to take time to remember that, but yeah, I don't have any siblings. Do you have any pets? I do have pets. Got 2 cats. Their names are Archie and Bella. They're siblings. They're great, honestly. Some of the clingiest cats ever, but it's you know, it's nice to be loved. Name one of the hardest videos you've edited on your channel and explain what was difficult about it. Probably Spark, to be honest. Mostly just because of really extreme time constraints. This is a 21-minute video. I had to edit it in like 12 hours. That's the amount of time I had, and that's also the amount of time I spent on it, basically. But yeah, I really sacrificed a lot of the quality through doing that. What video on your channel are you the most proud of? Maybe share a fun behind-the-scenes fact about it. The video I'm most proud of is actually this weird skit I made in 2022, again, for some reason, called Restaurant Disaster. I'm mostly just proud of it because of the length, like, genuinely. It was the longest video I'd ever made at the time, and it's still one of the longest videos on my channel. And honestly, it still holds up relatively well. Like, there's a lot of stuff I would change now, but, like, the last 5 minutes, like, as and after they're evacuating the restaurant are, like, still honestly pretty good. Yeah, I don't really have a fun behind the scenes fact about it, except that I was aiming for like 8 minutes, not 18 minutes. I'm proud of myself for pushing through, I guess, and I guess that's why I'm the most proud of it. Do you script your short films and skits, or do you let your heart guide you? I feel like you should write an LPS tag, like, genuinely, you have a very good way of wording questions. Anyways, I do the script. I script very, very much. I really can't do improv. Even with this video, I have some bullet points on what my answers are, even though I know what my answers are. I just really can't do scripting. I just really can't do improv, I mean. You can... Is there an LPS tuber that inspires you to continue filmmaking? Not really to continue, just because I don't really need a reason to continue. Like, I could be literally the last person making LPS videos and I'd still do it. There are some who inspire me to, like, improve what I'm doing rather than just kind of going steady. Again, LPS Luigi, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, like LPS Louise and LPS Sage. And also, recently, I just recently started watching Isbiz Films. I think that's how you say their username. I'm very good at saying people's usernames, as you can tell. Like, just watching their stuff, like, their series, I'm just thinking to myself, like, oh my god, I need to get on storyboarding. Like, what is one LPS video idea you've had but decided to scrap, and maybe why you scrapped it? A lot to choose from here. One that I started back in, like, very early 2023 was this film called Natalia Pearson. I mainly made it just to get better at, like, making films, and that's kind of the downfall of it, just because I wasn't really invested in it as its own thing. I just wanted to, like, do it to have done it, I guess. It's about this, like, assassin guy who gets hired to assassinate Natalia Pearson, and he thinks it's gonna be easy, but plot twist, it's not, and she kills him, and then feeds his body to the pet pigs of the rich man whose party they're at. I'm really good at describing my films. Decided just to spice it up. I'm gonna read you a nice little excerpt from it. Yeah, here is an excerpt from Natalia Pearson, where Ben is talking to his long-term girlfriend in a very normal way. I understand that. I'm just disappointed. I can tell. If you want to say something else, then just say it. It just feels like we don't really go out together much anymore. Out of the house, you know? Why does it matter if we're out of the house or inside it? Great rating. Maybe it doesn't. It isn't really the house at all. You've just been so distant ever since you got your current job. You just seem different. My job is the only reason we're even able to afford a house like this. Can't you just be grateful? I barely even know what your job is. Why can't you just tell me? You're always so vague about it, and it scares me. Why the hell does it even matter? Blah. This job is clearly weighing on you so much. I know it sounds selfish, and maybe it is, but I miss you, Ben. The old you. super melodramatic. Do you have a favorite color or color combo? I don't really have a specific combination that I like. I guess it just kind of depends on execution, but some of my favorite individual colors are teal and I also like burgundy and just plain old red. What are your honest thoughts on LPS Popular? Impact / storyline. LPS Popular... it's fine. Like, it's very, very good for its time, but emphasis on for its time, I would say. Like, I think it's very endearing and it's fun, but as a story, it's like definitely written by a teenager in the early 2010s. Impact is kind of more interesting. I think at first the impact was probably pretty good. From what I've seen, I wasn't there at the time, but like, I think LPS Popular really, showed a lot of people that you can make genuinely interesting stories on LPS2. But the modern impact, I think, is mostly kind of bad, to be honest. Go on eBay for like 5 minutes and like you'll see. Also, to be completely blunt, I'm a bit tired of high school drama as a series genre here. There are some drama series I like if they're executed well, but I'm never like jumping for joy at seeing another high school drama. Sometimes I kind of wish the most impactful series was, in a different genre. Like, I'd really rather see like a sci-fi series around every corner than a high school drama. Do you like any Gen 5/6 pets? I definitely do. These are some of my favorites in my own collection. This one specifically is mostly just because of like very specific little nostalgia bias. Genuinely do think this generation had a lot of cool stuff going on. I just wish they weren't so top heavy because it kind of ruins it for me. Outside of my collection, I also like some of these guys. Where do you buy those bendy black plastic things that control the bobble of your LPS? This is just a wire. I got it from a craft store, which I'm not going to name just because it's kind of local, but probably get it at any old Michael's or whatever. It's just a very thick wire. It's just got like a black casing on it. You can honestly probably just get like a normal thick wire and then paint it black or some color if you really wanted to. It's probably cheaper to do that. What inspired you to make your channel? Making this channel specifically was inspired by the fact that I wanted a separate place for my LPS videos than my main, now defunct channel. Yeah, that's what inspired me to make my channel. I realize that's kind of not in the spirit of what the question probably means, but there's another question later that'll probably answer what I think you're really wondering. What's your favorite show/movie? Honestly, I don't really watch a lot of movies or TV shows at the moment, which kind of sucks, but I just don't have the motivation for it. I mostly just read books right now, to be honest. A show that I really liked a couple years ago at least, maybe, and I probably still like it, obviously I haven't rewatched it, is Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Wow. I really liked it at the time, and I think I would still like it now. I don't think my taste has completely changed in 2 years. Also, I guess I like Taskmaster, but I don't really consider it a show because it doesn't have like a fictional plot, but that's kind of a stupid way of thinking about shows. What is your favorite animal? I like cats, obviously. I have 2 of them and I don't hate them. I also like pigs. They're just really cool. Are you excited about LPS Tube Day? Yeah, I am. It's my first year actually nominating people, so that's kind of cool. I'm really hoping to see some of the people I've nominated, show up on the full ballot. I feel like that would give me an incredible sense of power. What made you come up with the film Spark? Are you Arrow Ace yourself? Honestly, the main thing that made me come up with Spark was just the lack of aromantic and asexual LPS media, I guess. And I mean media in general, honestly. Historically, like every Pride Month or so, some LPS tubers will come out with little like Pride Month specials, and usually you get some like, gay and lesbian romances, maybe a trans film, but I've never seen someone choose to come up with like aromantic and or asexual film, and I felt like that kind of sucked. So the main reason for posting it like as a Pride Month special, I guess, even though like term kind of makes me cringe a little bit, is just to remind people like, hey, guess who's also a part of this community? Guys! And as if I'm Arrow Ace myself, I don't really know. To be honest. What do you like to do in your free time? As I said before, I like to read. I also like to write, like creative writing, script writing, like prose, not like poetry or anything. I've never done that. And also obviously, making LPS videos, but I feel like that's kind of implied. What's your favorite holiday/season? I'm gonna go with season here because I really don't have a favorite holiday. And I would say my favorite season is spring, since it sucks the least. Summer's too warm, winter's too dark, fall's really depressing for some reason, and the spring's just alright, so. How long did it take for you to make Spark? I guess it kind of depends on how you count it, because I came up with the idea back in 2022. Again, everything's in 2022 for some reason, but buckling down and making it took me like a month and a half. It truly should have taken a lot longer, but I really rushed through a lot of the process, which sucks. So, yeah, either 2 years or a little over a month. Kinda depends on how you count. Do you ever plan on making an LPS series? Yes, but also planning and actually doing it are very far apart from each other. The thing about it is, I've seen people make series, 10 episode series, it'll take them like, 2 years or so. And that's reasonable, but by that time estimate, it would take me about 6 to 12 years to complete my main series. Writing it out yet, so it's gonna take me even longer. It's like, will I ever do it? And I also have another idea which would be a bit shorter, but I just feel like I need a little more life experience before making it, like adult life experience, for it to really resonate properly. It's kind of true of my main one too, but I'm a little less concerned about it. What specifically made you want to become an LPS tuber? Probably, just watching other people's LPS videos, discovering LPS tube. I was a very suggestible child, so I'm just like, oh, it looks cool, I guess I'll do it for 5 years now. A while ago I made a video that kind of went into that more in depth, but the video kind of sucks, but yeah, just watching LPS videos, really. What type of LPS series do you like to watch? Honestly, I'll watch almost anything. I typically prefer stuff that isn't either teen drama or like romance, but I still will watch that if it's well written. So I guess it just really depends on quality more than anything else. I do prefer more genre fiction-y stuff like fantasy, sci-fi, mystery, but there's so little of that in the community that I can't really just watch that. But yeah, anything that's good, which is like a dumb answer, but that is what it is. Do you plan on making any more films? Plan on and actually doing different things, but I would really like to make more films. I have a lot of ideas in the works, but I don't know, my situation's changed a lot compared to what it was last year, so I really don't know when you would be seeing that, but hopefully you will be seeing that at some point at least. Full disclaimer though, most of my ideas are probably more in line with my film Halloween special ideas rather than, something like Spark. Not really like a point anything, just kind of like weird stuff. Anyways, I know this video was probably at best, but I appreciate anyone who's sat through it or just skipped to the end, I guess. But yeah, thank you for 500 subscribers. I was gonna make a big speech to like say thank you, but I kind of already did that in my previous video related to this, so I feel like it'd be kind of dumb to do it again, but yeah, thank you. Good night or morning.